do 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 do. Good evening, everybody. This is Please Talk to Me, hosted by Alli Ramirez. I am Alli Ramirez. I am a mother of twins who now has a Twitch show, and I want to talk to you because you're an adult, because you're a healthy, functioning, funny adult. And if you're not, I bet you can fake it, just like I am as I host this Twitch show. I'm hoping everything's going well. This is one of the first times that I am doing things. I have a guest. I'm about to let him in. And of course, here you can be a guest yourself because that's what I'm about here. Let's let in my person. And then we're going to switch over to that. Oh, gotta still figure it out. Hello, sir.
I was wondering what was going on.
Oh, the same thing that life is going on. I'm figuring out how to do life one computer error at a time. It used to be...
You're saying it's all my fault?
It's definitely not your fault. You are great.
Blaming this on me?
No, I went... For those who know the technical aspects, I just went from using just Zoom to OBS. And it's been a hot minute since I've done that. So OBS was like, I'm going to crash 2 times and maybe kick you out and maybe mess up some things. Now we're just like, let's go. Hi, good Baron.
What I'm getting from context clues is that we're on the air right now.
We are on the air right now. Oh, okay. Yeah.
There's no have you been?
Oh, no. We're definitely on the air right now. I'm just, I'm also like with the new setup, like with the computer that's airing and my Mac and my notes. So it's like I'm triple screening it now. What is this?
Whoa,
what is this world?
Wow.
Yeah.
Gotta cut down on some of these screens, girl.
No, I can't. Once you go 2 screens, you can't go back. It's just more screens.
I know that. I for sure know that life.
I have 2 screens for work, and when I have to work on one screen, I feel like I'm going slow. Like I'm like
it's stressful.
It's
right. I do. I know what you mean.
Right, because I'm like, why can't I do Excel and Word at the same time? What? Yeah. And I'm like also looking. We're gonna figure this out. You know what? It's 2021, and the fact that I'm on and here, that's a win.
I agree.
Because you know what? This is America, and I don't even know what that is anymore.
Yeah.
I don't even know what that is anymore. Does anybody? This is definitely America, and it's definitely something.
For the time being, it's America.
I mean...
I don't know. Are we going to talk about that? We don't have to talk about that.
We can talk about whatever you want to talk about. I'm here to listen. I'm here to ask questions. I'm here to make obscene hand motions. This is what I'm here for.
What are the questions that you had prepared?
I just had some very basic questions. How are you? What is your...
Relatively okay.
Okay. I was going to just throw out all my questions at once.
Go ahead, cycle through.
Yeah, that way you're prepped. This is the prep. How are you? What is your name? Where do you live?
Okay.
And what is your favorite order at Pink's Hot Dogs?
Oh, that's a good one.
Right?
It's a really good question.
Yeah, I would go to Pink's. For those who don't know, Pink's Hot Dogs is world famous hot dogs just down the street from the Pack Theater on La Brea, I think it is in Hollywood. I would go to the Pink's at least once a month, minimum once a month, sometimes twice. And I would get 2 hot dogs for my husband, and I'd get 1 for me. And I always get the spicy Polish. Get that Polish with the pickle on it. They're temporarily closed. Hopefully it's temporary.
I honestly can't remember the last time I was at Pink's.
That's not a bad thing.
I like a good hot dog. I always feel like it's a little messier than I want it to be. Like, I think my ideal hot dog is essentially one that's very easy to eat, like just a hot dog with some mustard on it, you know?
Nothing wrong with that.
Some spicy brown mustard.
Right.
But I do feel pressure when I'm at Pink's to get something a little fancier. So I end up going with some kind of chili chili dog, maybe some more vegetables on it. I do like the pickles.
Yes.
I really do like pickles on a hot dog.
I
like pickles everywhere.
I'm the same.
Very Jewish.
I love pickles. Like I can eat pickles.
I know, you're very Jewish too.
Oh, is that a Jewish thing?
I don't know. I mean, we're definitely the ones that started pickling things.
Okay. I only like pickle. Like I only like cucumbers pickles. I don't like other pickled things.
Nothing else that's pickled?
Not really. I've tried it.
What about like the pickled beets that you get at like Middle Eastern restaurants? That pink disc.
Okay. I don't know. I don't know if I do.
Okay.
I don't know if I do. I might. I don't.
Because you haven't had it.
I don't think so.
Right. When this is all over, we're gonna go to Carnival on Woodman. It's such a good restaurant, and they have these. It's fun. It's not like a main order or whatever. It comes with literally everything.
Right.
So you'll try it or you won't. It doesn't matter to me. What the hell do I care?
I like trying things. I tried escargot with you.
That's right. That's right. We were together when you had your very first escargot.
I did. It was very buttery, as escargot goes.
It was buttery and garlicky. We got it at La Poubelle.
I haven't had it since.
Yeah, because where else are you gonna go get an escargot?
I don't know.
There's only 2 places in LA that serve it. It's Poubelle and Tex.
Oh really?
I mean, no, that's probably not true. But I mean, these are the places that I would go to get it. But it's just it's just buttery kind of rubbery snap thing. Like to me, it always tastes like a little cut of off a kielbasa. Because you get that little snap of like what you would get from a sausage.
Yes. I know what you're trying to say. Yes, it's like the. Yeah,
it's not like I'm tasting a snail. I'm tasting butter and garlic.
Right. Right. But when I eat mussels, I'm tasting mussels. Just so you know, it's all mussels.
I agree. Yeah, mussels have more of a seafood. You're tasting the ocean when you're eating it. Yeah.
Yeah, you feel like you're part of the ocean. You feel like you're one with the ocean. And it's the closest I'll ever be to becoming Ariel, the Little Mermaid. So I'll take it.
That is not the closest.
That's the closest. I eat the mussels, and I'm like, this is how she felt. I want to be part of your world.
Wait, did Ariel eat fish? Was she like an ocean vegetarian? Was she like only eating seaweed?
I mean, she did have great abs, so maybe.
She was best friends with all the fish. What are you going to be best friends with the fish one day and eat his dad the next?
I mean, you don't think the farmers have cows that are friends and then also have hamburgers that night? I mean,
I do not think farmers have cows that they are friends with. I think that every farmer who owns a cow has specifically stopped themselves from ever naming them or becoming close to them.
It's true. Can't name them. Once you name them.
Name them.
Yeah. Florida Man Gamer made a good point. Mermaids have sharp teeth. They got those carnivore teeth. That's a good point. So they must be eating fish.
Everybody knows that about mermaids. They have sharp teeth. They look like those bottom feeders with the little light bulb on the front.
Yes, they do. Speaking of mermaids, because I know you have shows to promote, because you're GIL Baron. You always have shows.
I got shows to promote.
You always have shows to promote.
Yeah, you didn't want to know how I am first and what my name is?
And what location you're at. I recently watched Hook, Steven Spielberg's Hook.
That's not your first time seeing it.
No, but it was my kid's first time seeing it.
Right, because that feels like the most Alli Ramirez movie that has ever been made. I feel like
it's so good.
How long have you been waiting, like with bated breath, to show it to the kids?
A while.
Like every month, are you like, are they ready?
I literally took them on the Peter Pan ride at Disneyland just to prep them. Like, guys, this is just the idea of a better movie that is coming along.
Did you show them the original Peter Pan first?
I did. I showed them the cartoon when they were like, it's like a year ago when they were like 3.5, and they were like, it's okay. Like they weren't floored by it. It's fine. It does not hold well. There's a lot of Tiger Lily and her people are not presented
Right.
in the best light.
Sure. I showed my niece and nephew. No, I didn't show. They wanted to watch Robin Hood, the Disney Robin Hood. And I was like,
The Fox one, right? The Fox.
The Fox.
Yeah.
And I was like, you can watch it if you want, but you're gonna be bored as hell. 'Cause that's a slow fucking movie.
It's very
It's
slow.
got one good song in it, and it comes in the first 3 minutes.
Oh.
And then after that, everything is boring.
Yep.
And
it's very slow.
They got 15 minutes into the movie, and they're like, all right, you were right.
Yep. I actually put that movie on for my kids when it's like, we're not going to nap, but we're just going to sink into the couch. Yeah.
You got to take the energy
Yeah,
down.
because it's very, even the action parts are very like, I don't know. It's, yeah.
Yeah, it still looks sketchy. Like, it doesn't look like it's finished.
Yeah, it's, technically, it's a lot of reused animation, right? Like it's recycled animation, and it looks like recycled animation.
Yeah, it looks like someone is animating it live.
Yes, that is exactly how they wanted it. That was Disney's theme of it. It was like, I want people to see the work. I want people to think, I want people to know that we struggled. You know how they tell dancers don't show the work? He was like, no, I want them to see the struggle.
That's right. This is the movie that was like, the animators like, you got to know how hard this is.
This is hard. I haven't seen my children in 2 years, and this is why I'm drawing Maid Marian dance.
Yeah, a lot of little girls had crushes on that Robin Hood, though.
Oh, he's so cute. He's such
okay. Oh, wait. So
Hook.
Hook.
The whole point was I wanted to say that we watched Hook for the first time, and there's a part where Peter Pan, or Peter Banning, because we don't know he's Peter Pan yet, falls into the water, and mermaids come and they start kissing him. And it's the first time that I watched it and went, oh, they're giving him air.
Yeah, they're giving him air.
I didn't know that. As a kid, I was like, oh, he's hot stuff. It's Peter Pan. No idea.
They're like, we remember you from being a little boy, so we're going to kiss you
We're going to kiss you. Like, I had no idea that they were like, oh.
Like the mermaids were like, oh, we know you. You're
right.
Peter Pan.
Right, we're giving you air. We're helping you.
When you were 9. Yeah.
Right. He was like 12 or 14. Okay. I think he was like 14. Let's say 16. 16's a good, like, we're in Twitch. 16's, I feel like, is a good age to be kissed by mermaids.
Yeah, but not to be on Neverland. Like, by 16, if you're still on Neverland at 16, then something's up. You got some developmental issues if you are still on Neverland.
That's a very funny idea of the Lost Boys being like, Randy's 16 now. He grew up. He's the old guy.
Time for you to go back to England.
Get a job.
Or become a pirate, I guess, because that's what grown-ups do on Neverland.
Right. How do the pirates get there? They never explain that.
Okay. They don't explain it in the book?
Oh, I haven't read the book. I should read the book.
No, you shouldn't.
My goal is to read more books this year, so maybe I'll read that one. I don't know.
All right, sure. Peter Pan's certainly a book. Yeah, read it.
It inspired people. I mean, okay, I digress. For those who are joining us,
Sam Weller knows that Peter Pan lore is deep.
Deep. Oh man. Oh God, I see now. I know what to talk about. You can always talk about Peter Pan. For those who are joining us, this is Please Talk to Me with Alli Ramirez. I'm Alli Ramirez. I have 2 boys. I live, work, and shit at home, so I have no one to talk to but my 4-year-old. So I'm so grateful that if you want to talk to me, the information is in the chat, and you can go ahead and join. Right now, I have GIL BARON on. We were talking mermaids and Peter Pan and the slowest movie in the world, Robin Hood. But that's not why you came on. Gil.
Well, I came on because, you're my best friend and I love hanging out with you.
I know.
I have stuff to promote.
Always. I actually just got an email of your shows. Big stuff coming up. You wanna let us in on what to expect? Are they both at PAC, or is one?
We have moved to Nowhere Comedy Club.
Oh.
As of now.
Nowhere.
Now, for now, we are at the Nowhere Comedy Club.
Beautiful.
Of course, we love the Pack. Both of my shows were incubated at the Pack. Pack people are my people. I will always be a Pack person. But we're just excited. We're getting paid a little bit now, so we feel really good about it. And what I would love is if my Pack friends would come and join me at Nowhere and come check out the shows so that Nowhere sees, like, oh, this Pack community, like, really sticks with its people, like, really supports, you know?
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, so of course, this Saturday night at 6:30 p.m. Pacific, we have Setflix. It's the same wonderful Setflix that you've always known at the Pack.
Yep, great show.
But even better now because we've actually changed it up. It used to be like one big game that everyone would play throughout the whole show.
Yeah.
But now it's multiple games. It's more like an at midnight. You guys have probably seen it here on the PAX Twitch if you guys have seen us.
Yes.
So yeah, we have a bunch of games, and our lineup this week is the great Christine Catherine Martinez.
Saw that. Yep.
If you guys don't know, she's super funny. If you guys have ever been to what's the Tomorrow Show with Ron Lynch, she's a staple of that show. She just got profiled in as Vulture's Comics to Watch.
Oh, that's big. It's huge.
Yeah, we have Pack Theater fan and regular Ari Stidham is going to be on the show.
Yes.
He's from CBS's Scorpion, and he's crazy talented. And
I will admit I really enjoyed that show. It was a very fun show.
Tell me Ari Stidham wasn't one of the best parts of it.
He was one of the best parts of it. It was such a fun show.
Yeah.
God, that was such a fun show. And it had what's her name? Who was on American Idol?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Okay. Good. We're talking about the same show. Good. Yeah, I love that show. Oh, that was such a cute show.
And Kristen Studdard, who has hosted Your Late Night and has been a Setflix champion before, and of course, has been performing around LA forever, and always is just the funniest person on any show. And we're rounding out the contestants this month with Danielle Perez, who is, Danielle Perez. She did CBS Diversity Showcase. She's been on Jimmy Kimmel Live. She lost her legs a few years ago, but there's a viral clip of her on YouTube of her winning a treadmill on The Price is Right. If you haven't seen this clip of Danielle Perez in the wheelchair winning a treadmill, do yourself a favor after this show and look that up because it's so good. And she's hosting Your Late Night, by the way, this month.
I saw that, and you have guests. I just saw their name.
I'll tell you in a second. I gotta get.
I saw the and I was like, that's okay. Good times. Good times. Go ahead. Setflix.
And of course, Nikki Urban is hosting Setflix.
Yeah,
as always.
She's the best. Nikki Urban is a ball of energy. Like, she is a powerhouse. And my favorite, she just posted a video that you guys did of Sexy Santa.
Yes.
I guess, and I don't remember you guys filming this. I think you filmed it before I joined the cast, or I don't remember. Or maybe did we just never? Anyways, I'm talking as if nobody else listening.
It had to be early on. So if people don't know, one of the many shows that Alli and I have done together was called Past My Bedtime, and it was like a late night talk show. This is before your late night, of course.
Yes.
And we were at the Oh My Ribs Theater, and it was really like kind of a magical room. We had a really kind of weird energy to that room. Like, so many good people were on that show, and so many people who became Pack people later.
Yeah. Oh,
right? Nick Gligor, Ben Kirshner, Mike Rowe,
Elizabeth Hayhurst,
Nikki Urban, of course, Matt Wilkie.
Yes, Matt Wilkie.
Topher Harless was the lead of it. He was really, really good.
Oh, man.
Nadia Benavides was on that show.
Yes.
And Preston Ernest was in the band, right?
That's right. Yep. Oh, my God.
So early on, Nikki wrote this song parody of Iggy Azalea's "I'm So Fancy."
Yeah, I'm so fancy. Yeah.
Okay, I'm so fancy, and she wrote a Christmas parody of it. So it was "I'm So Santy."
Yes.
And she was like, someone has to go with me and shoot this. And so she and I ran around the farmer's market, the Grove, the Americana, like getting shots and getting kicked out of all these malls. Because she was like dancing sexy in all these places.
And she's in like a lingerie-esque bra top. And she's not like overly exposed. Like, she's very conservatively in
she
this,
looks
like,
really sexy in it. Let's be fair. She looks gorgeous.
Okay, I'm saying she looks great, but I'm not, like, she doesn't have, like, I don't know. I don't, when I saw it, I thought it was still conservative. Like, I didn't think she was being, like, I don't know. I thought she looked great, but I didn't think she was being, like, over the top sexy. Like, it was very funny. It was so funny.
She looked sexy. She looked great.
She looked great, yes.
She's singing this song about being so Santy, and there's all these like Christmas lyrics to it. And I shot all this footage, but we didn't really do any like visual jokes. We just kind of like, we're like, oh, the song will make it. The song will make it funny, and she's funny singing it. But the thing is, she's legitimately sexy in the video. She looks gorgeous. Her voice is great, and the video comes out, and it's not funny.
It's
not fun. It's just sexy. It's like good. It's fine. It's good.
Right.
But it's not funny.
Right. It just didn't have the impact that you were going for.
We probably should have thought about it a little bit more.
Okay, so Nikki Urban, Netflix, fantastic show. This Friday.
Have I sold everyone on coming to Setflix?
Yes. Sold, check.
Putting the Eventbrite link in the chat.
Oh, beautiful.
So that's for your Setflix ticket sales. I really, really love to see everyone there. Please come and support. I would do the same for you. I've come out to everyone's shows when they've moved on from the pack. So I just really want to see everybody there. I want you guys to enjoy yourselves.
Is this the first time Setflix is there? Because I know... No,
this is in December also.
Oh, okay. Because I knew that your late night was there. I didn't know if Setflix had already moved over there.
Yeah, both of them had moved.
Okay.
And this month's Your Late Night is, of course, being hosted by Danielle Perez.
Yes, it is.
Once again, one of the funniest fucking people. Has been on Conan, has been on Jimmy Kimmel Live.
Yeah.
Has been on Late Night with Lily Singh.
I actually saw her stand up. She did a Zoom with Maria Bamford. She was the opener for one of her Zoom comedies.
She opens for everybody.
Yeah. She's great. She's really fun, like on Zoom. Fantastic. Like, she's just very funny. Yeah.
We have had the best time working with her this month because what we're doing for her, as you know, every Your Late Night is very much tailored to the host, right? It's always about that person's voice, that person's point of view. What are you all about? And the thing we keyed onto really early with Danielle is late night brunch. Like, she is a brunch girl.
Okay.
She's everybody's best friend. She's the Galentine's Day girl. Like, has her girl squad.
Yes.
And we are doing late night brunch, so it's going to be like a brunch thing. So,
very cool.
As you saw in our guests, we have the great drag queen from RuPaul's Drag Race. We have Meatball.
Yes.
Very excited.
I just started watching Drag Race, and I've heard Meatball on a couple of different podcasts, and brilliant.
You guys are going to have so much fun watching.
Oh, gosh. Yeah.
And the other person that we know is going to be on the show is Dulce Sloan from The Daily Show.
What? Of
course. The Daily Show correspondent.
Of course.
Dulce Sloan, who, by the way, is also on the new, I don't know if you guys have seen it on Fox, The Great North. It's sort of the new, it's from the same people who brought you Bob's Burgers.
Which I love.
Yeah, but it takes place in Alaska with Dulce Sloan and
I think Hulu just recommended this show to me because
Jenny Slate is on it.
Yep, I just got this recommendation.
Nick Offerman, it's so good, and she's on there. She's very, very funny, and I've known her for years. I'm super excited to have her on, and this is going to be an exclusive for your show. But we are working on. So don't hold me to this.
Oh, okay. This will be on YouTube tomorrow morning, just to let you know. Just so everyone knows. So we can
I better get this done then.
Well, yes.
So we wrote a sketch for the Danielle Perez show called Tara Reid, Tarot Reader.
Okay. Yep. I see what you're doing there.
And we were like, oh, well, what sketch actor could play Tara Reid, And of course we were like, well, Alli Ramirez or some other people, whoever could play Tara Reid.
Right.
And then someone was like, we could probably just ask her to do it on Cameo. I would just hire her to be in the sketch from Cameo.
I mean...
well, what ended up happening is Danielle tweeted at her, and we were talking to her manager about her being the interview guest and being in a sketch.
Right. That would be...
So we are
so crazy.
Maybe that far away, somewhere around there from having Tara Reid on the show. So if you guys are fans of American Pie or the Sharknado movies...
If you're fans of Tara Reid, Big Lebowski, American Pie, American Pie 2, Josie and the Pussycats, other amazing movies.
Dated Carson Daly. Yeah.
Honestly, just the Big Lebowski alone. Like, just that alone.
Right, Big Lebowski.
Yeah,
just... Why didn't I think of Big Lebowski?
Just that movie alone. She is she really is a phenomenal actress. Like, she really is. Like, you don't get those movies by just like, oh, I'm pretty. No. You actually have to be a very talented actress.
And completely a legend of our youths.
Yes,
and so, like,
absolutely.
So we're hoping that we'll have Tara Reid. But right now we already have a crazy lineup. And our writers for the show this month are already Christine Medrano and Maggie May. And, it's been amazing.
It's great. It sounds like fantastic. A fantastic show. 2 amazing shows. One this Friday, Setflix.
One is this Saturday at 6:30.
6:30.
Setflix is this Saturday at 6:30.
And then January 15th is your late night.
That's right.
The Danielle Perez brunch. That's awesome.
Yeah, your late night brunch. We're very excited about it.
God, I miss brunch. I miss it with a fury of love. Well, Gil, thank you so much for coming on and for talking.
Are you getting rid of me? You got someone else in the waiting room?
Bill's telling me that we got someone in the waiting room. Thanks, Bill. Thank you so much. Gil, you've been a fantastic first guest of the new rebranded, which will be cleaner next week. Please talk to me with Alli Ramirez because I need to talk to adults. I could have named it that.
I love you. Bye.
I love you too. I'll bother you soon. So soon.
Okay. Good.
All the soons. Man, Gil is the best. You make me so happy, Gil. I can see you, Gil. They can't see you, but I can see you. Once again, this is Please Talk to Me with Alli Ramirez. I'm Alli Ramirez. I am home and working all day with 4-year-olds. I have a husband too, but he's working, so I very much appreciate if you come on and talk to me. If you haven't already, you can Venmo at packtheater.com. They're the ones who support this channel, and there are classes, and they're a fantastic institution, which given me all the confidence to keep doing this hand motion. I can see it in my eyesight. Let's go ahead and bring on our next guest, a fantastic person. Oh, I'm adding. Oh, it's coming. It's happening. Might be happening. Oh, I'm getting a back. Oh, we're getting audio. This is great. Hi, Sam.
Hey, how's it going? I'm going to mute you on Twitch so I can not overflow.
Oh my gosh. I know too much about technology, and yet I know nothing about technology because I'm still like, mute this and add my computer here, and you actually know way more about technology. You were ahead of the technology game before any of this went down. You were already ahead of it.
Yeah. I think I heard you talking about OBS earlier, and I had to go through a ton of that different stuff for Super Dating Simulator, which your previous guest, Gil Baron,
yes.
It's so funny that, like, whenever the handle comes up, Super Dating, people from the PAC community are always like, oh, hey, Sam. It's like, hey, you don't know if this is Sarah Brown or Reed Sites. You don't know that. It could be Bev.
No, it's just you. It's just you all the time. Which is great, though, to have that brand, Super Dating Simulator, for those who have not seen that show or got to experience it live at the Pack Theater, it's such an overwhelmingly funny, creative, original, and interactive show. And I feel like that was, and it still is. It's still it was a big difference. You know?
The show has taken like a lot of evolution since, you know, everything went into lockdown and people are playing it safe for good reason, and I hope people will continue to do that. But it really did just start as like a way to capture what I thought was like a unique thing that I had not seen done exactly that way in theater. You know, from the improv world, obviously, you know, everything's made up on the spot. You react, you listen, you take suggestions from the audience, you give them a show. And I just thought it would be a fun challenge to try and bring the kind of more narrative consideration, like a pre-written thing, into that and create distinct like theatrical moments out of it. You know, like we always try to do something big and stuff like that. But with the way that with the interactions had to change on Twitch, we had I had originally intended, we have 2 shows that I fully like animated.
Right.
Like I took my, you know, drawing and my Photoshop skills and I drew like all the characters and I put together this super intense keynote that, you know, had animations and and all these different logos popping up and stuff like that to really make it feel as if you're watching somebody play a visual novel, a dating sim.
Right.
And that just proved to be too much work. But we have stuff coming up in the future where we're definitely gonna do that. I wanted to ask you how you're doing actually.
Me?
Because when you with the concept of the show, it's like you're at home and I'm at home too. I felt, you know, even though we've only had a few times to directly, you know, interact at the theater, I just felt like this is somebody that I personally want to talk to. So I'd rather want to check in with you right now. I want to turn the table.
Well, by all means, this is now Please Talk With Me, hosted by Sam Weller. And go ahead. You go ahead. You got the questions. I'm here to answer them. Go ahead.
Okay, I actually got some good ones.
Okay.
So, first off, I guess we already know your name. You're the host of the show.
Sure.
What part of Los Angeles are you hailing from currently?
I'm. Oh, go ahead. Is there more? I don't want to cut you off.
And you talked about Pink's hot dogs earlier. I think another fun question would be, what's the biggest like escapist thing that you've done during quarantine? Like, what's been the most like? And I can answer my own questions too. But like, what's something like either an event you set up with you and the kids, the husband, or just like something for yourself? Like, what's something that you did during this time to like, I need this for me?
Both good questions. So I live in the South Bay. I'm in the city of Torrance. You can look at your maps if you want to look at that. We have a Krispy Kreme. And we have a lot of Japanese restaurants, a lot of Japanese supermarkets, good Japanese stuff. And it's nice. It's very suburbia for the kids, good schools.
Yeah.
And the most escapist thing I got to do, and I took my family, my 2 boys and my husband. We stayed at the Madonna Inn in San Luis Obispo. It's a phenomenal hotel, and we did. This was back in like July, so it was like I think things had just started to open up, but it was still so we got to stay masks on, and we ate outside. Like their whole restaurant was outside in the parking lot. Yes,
I've been there. So yeah.
So the restaurant was outside. So I literally got to sit at a table that was on the grass. And I sat there and ate my champagne cake as my kids ran around in a circle. And I was like, well, this is what life is now. And because obviously we're far away, like they put us in the corner because kids, I totally get it. But it was just like, I'm eating cake. I'm drinking this pink Slurpee of a liqueur. My kids are running around. We're going to walk to our hotel room and then, you know, like, it was it was the best experience I could have given the times. You know, like we got to walk to we got to sit at the pool distantly away from everybody, and then we stayed in our room and ordered, you know, cake.
To be honest, as long as you're like distanced, and the Madonna Inn, if folks aren't familiar, it's an amazing like structure that was built. It's like a kitschy. It's like the kitschiest place you could ever go to.
Yeah.
Nearby, I think in Los Angeles, but it's like up in San Luis Obispo, and it's built like within the acreage of this giant ranch from this family that was a huge ranch family. They raised like prize-winning bulls and cows and stuff.
It's
and then
way bigger than I thought. When
it's super huge.
Yeah.
There's so much. Yeah, and it's all. It's really hard to describe in like a single sentence, but it's like, imagine every room has a theme. That theme is like completely adhered to. You know, they got different themed rooms, and it's all like gorgeously kitschy. And then that main place you're talking about with the restaurant, and then the downstairs that has like, it's the wine cellar, it's the candy shop,
now,
it's
see,
the
all
fudgery.
of that,
It's
all
like,
of that was closed. So we were eating outside, but again, it was still an indulgent to like sit there and order a steak and order dessert and just sit because that was that's like one of 2 times I've been outside at a restaurant this whole time, because eating outside with kids is terrible because it's confusing to them. They're like, do I run or do I sit? It confuses their minds. They don't understand. They're like, I should be running right now. I'm outside. And also we just weren't eating at restaurants, like, you know, to go. We've been doing to go. So when there was that small window, we were like, okay, cool. I guess it's safe to eat outside. No, we're going to go back.
It can't travel that far, right?
I mean, we're good? California's number 1?
It definitely took some getting used to. I think that's a great indulgence. My indulgence with my wife was we built a sheet fort inside our home, and I had a pop tent, you know, the kind of basic pop tent, like the 6x6 pop tent or whatever, right?
Okay.
Yeah, like, you know, like you put it up on spikes or whatever. So we set it up in our living room in our apartment, and then we like draped like Christmas lights from the top of it and like encased it in like bed sheets. We had some stuff left over from when we had done something previous that was like this, but we set it up and then we rolled out like all of our blankets and all of like our camping gear, like sleeping bags, to like make really a soft ground, you know. And then like so we my wife called it the womb for a while. That was. I know, that's the funnier term.
Yes.
I didn't like it as much because I was like, I don't like the connotation every time I crawl back inside this thing. It's very Freudian. I called it the time tent because I was like, you lose track of time, or it's like going back in time to like a simpler. And she was like, yeah, but it's the womb.
How long was the tent up?
Months. Like we kept this thing up. Yeah, like it was so funny because at a certain point we're like. We would get our groceries delivered, you know, when things are just super bad, and then I'm like inching past it,
right.
Like I have to kind of like press my body up against the wall to like get to the kitchen, and because it's like we don't have the square footage to sustainably keep this tent, this womb in the home. We just don't.
That's awesome. That's very awesome.
Yeah. So that was like the most indulgent thing. And then like dining stuff, we're the same. You know, we obviously didn't go out to eat. I know that we have a lot of people that were servers and people that work in restaurants and how things have been so difficult for them.
Yeah.
We know that there's a lot of businesses that invested a lot of money to try and stay open, try and be safe, and actually follow protocol.
Yeah.
And leadership, and I know this may be getting a little real.
No. Talk about
our
whatever you're talking
leadership
about.
in the city and the state has like utterly failed those small businesses, and it's killing them. And the stop or the go or whatever, and it just in general compliance has been so bad.
Yeah.
So I'm saying my heart goes out, and like, you know, I don't whenever you get a delivery person, even if it's like Postmates or Instacart or something, like tip these people like generously.
Oh,
like
yeah.
Go 15 and up at least. You cannot underestimate how hard things are and how things have to be. But with that aside, that said, the funnest experience I had eating out during this was there was a restaurant that it was like I think it was a Thai place.
Okay.
It was like a nice Thai place with like a bottle shop connected to it.
Okay.
And so my wife found it on Instagram, and I'd love to plug them if I can remember it. Maybe I'll just have to like throw it in the chat afterwards.
Yeah, please.
But they had literally one table that they'd sit every night, and it was in an alleyway between it and like a larger office building.
Okay.
So you showed up, and then you came in, and then like, oh, reservation? It's like, yeah, and gave them our name. And then part of it was like, okay, you buy a bottle, and then you can buy another if you want. So you have to buy a bottle of wine, and then you order an entree, and the menu's kind of set. You only have like a couple options, and then you sit down. And it was just so nice, and it was really hot outside. So we like.
So you're just like in an alleyway. So
you're
Lady and the Tramp. You're living the Lady and the Tramp. That's what this is.
Yeah, it was essentially like Thai food, Lady and the Tramp. But it was fun. I mean, the server was very nice. The staff was very courteous. But literally just go out there, and it's just like a bench. They have a hand sanitizer unit there. And then, like, you sat there in this gap, essentially, between two buildings on a bench. They came out, like, the owner came out to say hello and thanking us for dining in.
Oh,
and
that's
like,
so cool.
Yeah, so it was a neat experience. And like that, like, we only did once. Like, I think we only ate out 3 times, and 2 of which was with family that lives locally, so we've been like potting together.
That's also been interesting about during this time. Going along with food, is there has been some experiences where like I've talked to owners. Owners are coming up. We have a Coco's, right? Coco's everywhere. Everywhere's a Coco. And we have a Coco's, and one day I went to go get a pie, and this pie was so good. It was an apple pie, and it was like the best apple pie I've like ever had. So I went back like the next week, and I was like, can I get another pie? And also, can you just thank whoever made the pie? It was so good. And the guy was like, I made the pie. And I was like, oh, it's fantastic. He goes, yeah, I wanted to be a dentist, and then I quit it to be a baker, and then I bought this Coco's. This is my Coco's. And I was like, your pies are amazing. And he's like, yeah. And I was like, your pies are so good. And he's like, yeah, thank you. Now all of this craziness has forced me to work every day, but I just get to make more pies. And I was like, are you guys doing okay? And he's like, we're doing great. He's like, but I get to make more pies. And I was like, oh, right, well, then let me get some more food. So now, like, when we get breakfast, I'm like, well, I don't want to make breakfast. Let's go to Coco's to support this guy who's the nicest man, who has a family. Like, that's his Coco's.
Yeah, that's like, and that's like why everything that's been going on, like the local support and getting to know like your local businesses. Like even if I order delivery, I always order within like a certain radius of like the home, because I know like, okay, Joey's Tacos down the street, like I'm sure they get walk up, but like it sure would be nice if like the people that live in the area bought in the area. So like we try to do that as much as possible. Or even like you said, like that kind of local franchise stuff where it's like, you know, that somebody paid money to get, you know, the franchise stuff.
That's Mr. Coco's. That's his Coco's. I mean, I don't remember his name, but he was very nice, and I was like, well, you've got a customer. Like, you want. That's right. I'm here. What do you need, or what can I buy? That's I guess that's one of the positive lights, right? We actually are seeing that.
I don't think it's even. I know what you're saying, and I almost think like when people say anecdotes like this, it's like you're finding the glimmers of hope. Right. You know, it's not like this is a good thing. It's like, no, this is my glimmer. You know, like this is like this is like kind of what makes it tolerable, and like what makes humanity interesting is like, we're going to end up adapting to it. Not because we've resigned ourselves necessarily, because nobody's resigned themselves. It's just like the capacity for joy, or finding joy, hopefully stays so strong that you have that extra conversation with people. Yeah. And that, you know, it's almost like it's like we just got out of Christmas, you know, and some people celebrate it, but it's like, you know, you want to keep that spirit all year round, you know, like that's one of the common things they say. And it's like, I hope people keep that aspect as like, Angelinos are not known for like, let's strike up a rando conversation,
right.
but like maybe this will help change it because you come out of it and you go, well, that part of it was kind of nice.
Right.
Like, I felt a little more chatty with people because it was good to see people.
Yes, I feel like I'm more, not more chatty, but more open to talking to like the store clerk or like just like, oh, hey, how is your day going? How, it's a long day, right? And,
yeah.
And normally I would shy away from that small talk because I think it's awkward, or I think I'm awkward in it. But I agree with you. I hope that there's a sense of like more of a community that we need to talk, or at least acknowledge each other a little bit more.
Yeah. Yeah, a little milk of human kindness goes a long way.
Man. It does. It's people, it's important. The little things make a difference. If you're just joining in, I'm Alli Ramirez. This is Please Talk With Me. Just talking because I'm at home by myself. That's not true. I have a husband and kids. They're just, it's not the same. You know? It's not the same.
Yeah.
It's not the same. You know? His favorite show is 24. My favorite show is Veep. They're not even on the same stations. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah. Look, all those channels are on the television set.
Correct.
But they're different channels.
They're just different channels.
They're different channels.
And I can watch 24 sometimes, or Lethal Weapon. I can watch them, but I can't live there.
We're lucky to have some spaces in the apartment where it's like I can shut this door. It's like this is one like office kind of space that I use for work, and then like that means she can be downstairs like watching television, and like we kind of like flip flop back and forth. Like I feel like and I mean this is all stuff that I think people have already kind of figured out, but like we're going into year 2 now, so it's like everybody kind of has their own equations and formulas for like balancing this stuff.
Yes.
And like at the beginning of the day, it's like you ask your partner like, "What do you want to do for dinner?" And it's like I like to cook, and so it's like okay, if we do have something to look forward to, I'll cook tonight, and then that means like I got to wrap up at 5 o'clock. So it's like I have to wrap up at 5 because I got to start making dinner. But at least that's something that I planned at the start of the day, and it feels like I'm moving towards something. Like it's that kind of shit.
Yes, yes. We have similar thing, except we sprinkle in the kids, so everything is kind of like we got to keep their routine, right? Like you got to brush your teeth, we got to make your bed. Even our bedtime tonight was like, okay, we're gonna do 2 games and then 1 storybook, but then you got to be in bed by 9 because mom has to go do something. Like we gotta.
There's negotiation. So I have a niece and a nephew. That's my only experience with children personally.
Well, you were a child too, so let's not disregard that. You were a child at some point. Let's not. You have experience. Come on, everybody.
Allie, you don't know if I was raised in a lab or constructed from other parts of people.
What?
Everybody's origin's different.
That's fair. That was
2021.
It's 2021. That also boggles my mind.
2021.
Anyways.
There's a really funny GIF image I saw the other day, and I don't know who to credit for this. That was
Samsonite.
The movie 2012, but then they just moved the 1 and the 2, and so it was like all the footage of like the world ending and stuff, and it's like they just flipped the numbers.
That's funny. I'll find it. It'll be up. If it's a good one, I'll see it. Because that's how memes...
GIF of the week.
Yeah, that's how memes work. The good ones will always pop up 8 more times. But I will agree with you. I mean, obviously I agree with you that, right, we're not...
You don't have to agree with me either.
It's true. The show is not Please Agree With Me. That's not the show. The show is Please Talk to Me.
Please concur with me.
Yeah. Do you concur? Do you concur?
I do concur. Why didn't I concur?
Thank you!
People need to use that more often. That's one of the best exchanges ever.
For those who don't know the joke, it's okay, but you're gonna need to go watch this movie. You're gonna have to go watch. What is it called? I can't even think.
Catch Me If You Can.
Catch Me If You Can. A classic movie. I'm gonna say classic with Leonardo DiCaprio and a Thomas Hanks. There was a joke that he says, "Do you concur?" And I just watch the movie. Just watch it. It's a great quote. People should use that quote all the time. I don't know why they don't. But what I was gonna say is that I agree with you that we're not conforming or normalizing what we're dealing with. We're just making our adjustments and looking for the hope and looking for the joy and looking for the interaction. But as soon as we can, we're gonna bust out of these homes. I mean, I've told my children, I say, listen, once we can leave the house, we're never gonna be here on the weekends. We're gonna be doing event after event after event after visiting family after who knows what we're doing.
You know what's gonna be. You know what it is too is like that date. That moment's gonna come. When like your area or whatever, like you'll know or you'll feel safer or whatever. It'll have people will do whatever they feel comfortable with. But what sucks about that is like you'll never get the definitive like date. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's like, guys, October 4th, 2021. We're all vaccinated. Like you're never gonna get like
Correct.
the WrestleMania
Correct.
Vaccinations.
Sunday, you're free. Yeah, right.
We're gonna be shooting syringes out of a monster truck, and like everybody's gonna get it, like.
Yeah, no, you're right. It won't be that. It will be like, now you can do this, and now you can do this, and now you can go to the beach, and now if you're not sick, you don't have to wear a mask.
Yeah.
But if you are, you should wear a mask. Yeah, agreed. It's gonna be a long healing process.
What's the first thing? Have you already fantasized about it? Like the first thing you go back out with?
Oh man, I really want it to be Disneyland, but I used to work there, and I don't wait more than 20 minutes in a line. Like I'm like, no, I'll just come back. It's okay. So
you got spoiled with like a fast pass thing, right?
Yeah. So I would like it to be Disneyland, but it's probably not going to be because I'm sure there's a lot of other people that want to go to Disneyland. So I'll wait until it kind of dies down.
Yeah.
I don't know. Honestly, honestly, it might simply just having people over my house, like just to have like faces. Like
I think I'm kind of similar. Like as far as experiences, one of the things COVID's changed is like, we mix cocktails at home. Mm-hmm. It's like the whole drinking out and like looking at the budget. Like this is the scary thing. When my wife and I were like, bouncing the book or whatever, just figuring out money stuff. It was really disturbing how often we were like, just like at here and here, and then like we look back and it's like, hey, how much was our like credit card bill? And then we're looking at it like, oh, wow, we just, and then it makes you like evaluate yourself. So I'm not necessarily like, we're going to a bar and burning that place to the ground.
Right.
Like, I'm similar. Like I kind of just like, I want to throw like a rager of like 20 of my closest friends, like.
Yes. I have so many party ideas.
Yes.
Like, one of my party ideas, I want to do the crown party, where everybody comes dressed up and you get a playing card, and that tells you what status you are. So if you're a jack, you must always bow to a queen and a king. Yeah, that's kind of parties I want to throw. Themed, crazy parties.
Yeah, I want to throw big themies.
Yeah. I don't eat right. I don't miss the bars. I just miss the social interaction with people that I care about.
I'm a big like aesthetics guy. Like okay. I love like my wife and I have a mutual love of tiki bars because we talk.
I love tiki bars.
Then F your plan. We're going to the tiki bar. We're going to.
Okay. Hold. Are you getting a cup? I don't have time to get my cup. It's too far away. It's too far away to get a cup.
Yeah, mine's on a shelf downstairs. But
two words. 2 words. Do you know about Tiki Oasis?
No.
I'm about to blow your mind. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm about to blow your minds as well. There is a thing called Tiki Oasis. It is a tiki convention in San Diego. It's like probably like $200 or $300 for the weekend. Doesn't matter. It's worth it.
Right.
You just go and everyone's dressed up in tiki. And there's like a car show, and then there's like like a shopping marketplace, but it's basically a pool, and they have costume contests, and there's a DJ, and everyone's tiki, and it's amazing, and everyone's the nicest person. Like when I stayed there, I had a hotel by myself there. That's my me time. That's my me time.
That sounds we were talking about me time earlier. Sounds like awesome.
That's my me time. My husband has gone once, but usually I just go by myself. And literally, you will be just walking to your room, and there'll be a group of people that go, "Hey, you want to come in and get a shot of rum?" And you're like, "Yes, I do." Like everyone's opening their rooms, and it's tiki. Everyone's so nice, happy, 50 and above, because everyone's much older in tiki world. But it's the most amazing experience.
I feel like I would love to like crash that now and just be like, "Who are these?" You know, like. I've had a running joke. That sounds awesome. We've had a running joke in my friend circle that's been like, what if we saved up and like ironically went to like a Margaritaville resort, because Jimmy Buffett is an icon for the 50 and up, lazing on the beach set.
That's what Tiki Oasis is. It's literally like it's 50 and I mean there's younger people too, but it's typically 50 and older. Everyone's full decked out in tiki, and they're just like, "Hey, what you drinking?" "Cool, I'm drinking that too."
Yeah.
All right. It's a cool shirt you got.
I gotta tell Emily about this.
I keep looking up stuff and like putting things in. See, this show is informative. Please talk to me.
We've honestly dropped like. I need to find the links to that restaurant that we went to.
I've already dropped the links to.
Can we just put it in the show notes?
I guess I could. We talked about Pinks. We talked about Madonna Inn. We talked about Tiki Oasis. We talked about Robin Hood. Guys, this is you just talked me. That's what Alli Ramirez is. I'm all those things. I just put the link in the chat if you want to look it up. It's yeah. You have a new goal.
I think I found it. Oh. Yes, this is it. Yeah, I'm gonna put the link. I'm gonna also put the link in
for the restaurant, right?
Yeah, and Jack Thai.
Yes. Ooh. Okay, I like it.
I believe it's Anna Jack.
Anna Jack Thai.
Anna
Jack.
I think you can at least get takeout, but we had a really good fried fish there.
I love Thai. I love any food that I can't make. Like I can't.
Right.
Like I can make chicken and I can make burgers, so I don't like to pay for that. But I can't make Thai. So I'll pay for it. I'll pay good money for it.
Yeah. I love that we are just like it's the small business corner of like.
Yes.
Hey, go support Coco's down in Inglewood.
Come on, guys. Good apple pies. Perfect.
Hey, and don't forget Tiki Oasis when things open back up.
And Madonna Inn is a fantastic place to take the kids or an adult trip.
Or come to our sheet fort inside our apartment.
It's a womb.
Sorry, right, it's a womb.
I hope one day there's a restaurant called The Womb.
Speaking of restaurants, I love that we're talking about restaurants because I love cooking, I love food. I had an idea for a restaurant for the longest time, and I thought it was like the best idea. It's like, hey,
close it out.
Okay, this is what I'm going to close out with. My thought was if you had a restaurant called the Hot Foot, where it was like off the beach and you took off your sandals and then you stepped into water that is like just high enough, like 6 inches tall, that is like a hot tub, so it always keeps your feet warm. And I thought that was like a great idea for a place, and somebody was like, you realize you would never get like approval like from any kind of food or dining, like, or for alcohol or like any of that. And I go, yeah, but wouldn't it be great? Because like you just stand around a bar, it sucks. You can't there's no place to sit. But if your feet were warm like that, you I just thought it'd be nice. You call it the Hot Foot.
You keep that dream.
I'll keep it in my heart.
You dream. I concur. I should have concurred.
Well, you did concur.
I did concur. Sam Weller, thank you so much for coming on and sharing with us. Really, there's so many highlights. I mean, the womb is probably my favorite. Not only did you make the womb with your wife, but that it stayed up for months.
It became a real detriment to our lives. Like like we loved it, we had fun, but like when it was time for it to go, we like kind of looked at each other like, yeah, it's time.
I like to think of you guys like in therapy, like you just won't let it go. You won't let go of the womb.
You could have dissected that. They're like the therapist would have been like, and you have no children. Yes. And you created a tent called the womb. Yes. Where you could revert to a childlike state. Yes. What's the problem?
Wait, I don't understand. What are you getting at there? I don't understand.
I don't think we're working anything out.
We're fine. We're totally fine.
We're in great shape. Never been stronger.
But Sam, it was October 3rd, 2 months ago. Everyone can go outside. You're still in the womb with your wife. I mean...
So now I'm in the womb of my mind, you know. I'm stuck in it, you know.
Thank you so much, Frank. Yep. That's what I remember it looking like too. Exactly like that. Sam. No, you're good. Sam, thank you so much. I'm gonna sign you off.
Come check out Super Dating Simulator.
Yes. What time? When are you guys getting back on the?
We are back this year. We are doing it's fourth Fridays at 8 p.m. No, 7 p.m. 7 p.m. and on the Pack Theater Twitch channel. And we're coming back, starting out with a brand new rotation of shows. A talk show. Then we're gonna do a live show, a traditional Super Dating adventure, and then we're still gonna do the animated shows. We're only gonna do that 3 times a year. And then we're also bringing back Hyper Crush Battle Arena, which was a 12-person improv tournament to decide the best crush. We've had 2 so far. They've been great.
Yep.
And we're actually, we had so much fun. We're going to bring it back 3 more times this year. So
oh, man.
Go to that Super Dating Simulator. Check us out, all one word, on Instagram and Facebook. Thanks a lot, Allie. Bye.
Bye. Oh, man, Sam. Oh, my God. You guys can't see what I see, but Sam just slithered out of the room. Well, ladies and gentlemen, it is very late, and I have to tell you, thank you so much for staying on with me. This is Please Talk With Me. I'm your host, Alli Ramirez. I will be here every Thursday at 10 p.m. at the Pack Theater Twitch, where you can see comedy 7 nights a week. We also have classes, voiceover, sketch, stand-up, pitches. It's a fantastic place to learn and grow you as an artist. If you so choose, you can Venmo at Pack-Theater on Venmo, which I've said twice now, and I'm going to work on these hands. But thank you so much. This was a fantastic show. I'm Alli Ramirez. Please talk to somebody if you can during the week, and if not, you can please talk to me on Thursdays. Thank you so much, and have a fantastic weekend.